Hi everyone and welcome to my latest video. The video you're about to see today is a little bit different as it's two videos in one, so it's two for the price of one. The first part of the video we go to Blackpool, we do some foraging on the beach there at Blackpool and we get some gaper clams and some razor clams. We also fish the tide up as well at Blackpool. We fish Otters Pool next and we get a keeper cod there as well, so stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned to the end where we'll go through the maps as usual of all the different places where you can park and some other bits and bats. So without further ado, here's the video. Hey everyone, so we're just outside from Squire's Gate, and I'll just turn you around. We're just going down the ramp and we're going to fish let's fish the beach at Blackpool today. I'm not sure what the conditions are going to be like past here. I don't know if you can hear the sea in the background, it's roaring. But we're just in between two weather systems now, so we're going to have a quick fish tonight and see if there's anything going. It's quite a biggish tide, so we're hoping for some good bait and hopefully some good fish. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Hopefully it's not too windy down there and I'll be able to get you back out again. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Hi everyone, well, contrary to what I thought, it's absolutely fantastic on the beach tonight. The noise you can hear is actually the sea. So we've got our trusty trolley with us today. Not so trusty because, as you can see, we've already had a casualty. The pin snapped off the actual arm. So we mended and made do. This is the trolley setup. I'll show you in a bit more detail hopefully when we get set up. But the wind, I thought it would be absolutely howling. Like I say, this lull, and Blackpool in the background there. This lull that we've got is fantastic. Right treat after the weather we've had. Anyway, I'll get some bait and I'll catch you in a bit. Nice interesting one for you guys, a starfish, but not just a starfish. I mean, they're very common along here, but oh, he did have a passenger. There he is. That's where the passenger ended up. A Bristol star. Perfectly camouflaged, aren't they? There's a heck of a lot of stuff getting washed up. That's for sure. Two starfish there. Just the shell. And the juvenile gaper clam there. Just keep going about, see if there's anything. We have a winner. Big gaper clam. King cockle there. Love that. Starfish there. This is absolutely littered with the small gapers. Really absolute concentrations of them there. This is what a storm can do to a beach. You should be way further out than they are. More starfish. Ah, tons of starfish here. Star there. The mussels are being washed up. Is that a full gaper? It's empty. Is there a winner there? Yeah, we have a winner. I love that one as well. They're a fantastic bait. Gapers, and this is why you've got to be careful on a beach as well. We'll take that with us as well, I think we'll get rid of it. Another very big gaper there. I like that one as well. Anyway, I'll get back over there because my dad will be wondering why I'm not pumping the worm. Catch you in a bit. We haven't fished this beach for quite a while, but we're just hoping for a lucky cod, perhaps, in the back end of the season. I'll quickly talk you through our setup. So we've got 2 tubes. And there's 4 tubes actually, as you can see. There's one at the back there. We've got a spotlight pointing up. And then the trolley itself holds all the gear. You got a bite? Perhaps not. Yes, that's the basic setup. It's done us proud so far, apart from, like I said just before, the front bit. Well, it's been in storage over the winter, so it's clearly just rusted away at that part at the bottom. I'll try and show you later on perhaps, but it'll do for tonight. My dad will fix it, no doubt. Right, I'll catch you in a bit if we get any fish. Just thought I'd show you the bait as well. So we've got a lovely selection of black lug there. Absolutely tons of them. Really good ones too. I mean, that's a small one. I mean, that's pretty standard of what we're getting. It's pretty good. And then the bonanza really is these gaper clams. You can see those. Absolute belters. Belters. So they're lovely chopped up on the hook, so we'll get one of them on after and see if that does anything. But as you can see, there's a razor clam in there. A few of them smaller clams as well. We've just got some mackerel as a backup, but we've got plenty of fresh bait today. Oh yeah, I'll get back to the rods and see if we can find you any fish. Catch you in a bit. I've just found a razor clam. There's a full one. You can put just about see each foot coming out. He was just sticking out of the sand. I'll see if there's any more. I'll have a little look in a second. There's a clam, lovely. One half sticking up there, I don't know if you can see it. It's just one of the easiest things to do is grab it nice and tight and just keep pressure on. Keep pulling slowly. Keep pulling slowly until it releases its foot from the sand. Still just keep the pressure on, but pull slowly. The sea's coming up here, I don't know if you can see. Just keep pulling slowly. There we go. Next seam out. You can see his foot knocking out there now. And it's another razor clam. I think we'll keep them for food. I like razor clams. So if we get plenty, I'll put some on the hook as well. I'll catch you in a bit. And the Blackpool in the background. Like I say, it's a little bit of a breeze picked up now, but it's a lovely night for the time of year. Like I say, I think we're in between 2 storm systems at the moment, so we just got really lucky tonight. Anyway, still nothing on the rods. I'll catch you in a bit. So just let you know what I'm doing now, guys. I'm actually going checking the gully behind us, because we have been caught out before and it's not nice. I mean, I'm alright because I've got waders, but my dad doesn't have, so the idea is to check all the gullies. So this was the gully, so I think, as you can see, we are okay. It's just that it's filled with water behind, so what we do, me and my dad, we tag team it. He stays with the gear, watches for bites, and I just check for the gullies filling behind us. It's always a safe thing to do. Anyway, if we get any fish, I'll catch you in a bit. Hi everyone. The wind has got up as it predicted to, and it's gone, as you can probably see, a little bit colder. Not a heck of a lot colder, but you can definitely feel it. No bites on the rods though. One decent bite early in the session, but nothing since. We're going to fish it a little bit further up the beach now, and then we're going to probably fish off the prom. We're going to have a cup of tea to warm up, and we'll see what we can get off the prom. It's quite a big tide tonight, so there's plenty of time to fish it off the prom. But as of yet, no fish to speak of. But I'm sure we'll get something, even if we don't. Have a lovely day. A lovely evening, could I say. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Just having a quick gully check. This is our gully. As you might be able to see, the water is moving, so that means it is filling up now. So this is what can happen, a gully like this. You can see it like that. A big wide gully like this. It can fill with water over the boots. So you've got to watch for it because it stretches all the way from there out to sea and fills up before you can get to it. So we'll have to march on in a second, I think. So we haven't had anything on the rods at all. So we've decided to come up off top on the prom, just in a bit of a dugout. It started raining on us, so we'll fish up to high, perhaps just a bit over, which is about an hour and a half away. See if anything's doing. Not really any bite to call a bite yet, so well, fingers crossed, we remain hopeful. I'll catch you in a bit if we get anything. Hey everyone. So the tide's now turned, and it's about 20 minutes, 30 minutes after high. I'll just turn you around. So we've got 3 rods in the water now, just on the hope that we're going to get just something to save the blank, but it's not looking likely. I thought perhaps after a storm might have brought the fish up, but not to be tonight. So so we're unlikely to see a fish, but if we do, I'll get back to you. Hi everyone. So that's the end of the session. Oh God, it has took its toll on him tonight. Hi everyone. So you meet us on a windy-ish night. We still have bait left over from yesterday, so this session is quite a late night session. It's going to be 3 o'clock by the time we finish minimum. But as you can see, we're just here, just up from the Otterspool Promenade, just outside, if anybody knows it, there's just outside these two funnels. We're just going to have a brew now and then get fishing. I'll catch you in a bit and I'll see you fishing. Hi everyone. So for anybody that might be bothered, I'll just let you see here. So this is the car park I'm normally parking on for Columbus Quay. Is just over there in the background. So just over there is Columbus Quay on that corner. I'll just take you down some steps basically from the car, which is there. We've got some steps just here. I'll take you down to where we're going to be fishing. So we're just going to fish on this corner. We went up there on Columbus Quay corner there. It seems very windy. I mean, it's quite windy here. But we've got a handy little seat there, and we're just going to fish just here. Now I'll try and show you the patch that we're going to try and fish. A bit dark, so let me just adjust the light settings for you. So as you can see there, that's the Mersey in the background, the dark patch. And then we've just noticed, we've never fished this little spot. We've fished all along there obviously, and all off that corner we've fished that. And we've fished a bit further down that way to the bandstand. We noticed that this is a bit of a beach, sort of a muddy beach in between some really rough ground there, as you can see from the right and the left. So we're hoping that something might find its way up this beach. It's not quite ready to fish yet, as you can see. There's no water in front of us. But like normal, we're going to have a brew and a cake, and hopefully we'll not be too far away then. I'll catch you in a bit when we're fishing. I'll just quickly show you the bait. So I've wrapped the worms from the last time we went, which is yesterday, and they seem absolutely fine. As you can see, plenty wrapped up there. And we've got also shellfish from yesterday, a bit of mackerel. Well, let's get fishing. On an interesting little turn of events. There's my dad's line, and there's his rig. And I don't know if you can see right over there. It's Columbus Quay where we're just having a fish. I just realised his spool's absolutely messed up right at the bottom, and so I've had to walk all the way down here with his line. I don't know. I hope that means I'm going to catch some fish now. Blooming well hope so anyway. And I hope he's bloody grateful too. Catch you in a bit. While I was mucking about with my dad's line then, my rod started going crazy, and he stopped winding in, and I wondered why, and I got back, and this is why. Had a little cod on my rod. I'll get it measured and I'll get him back. So he's measured in at 27, and lovely markings on him again. They're fantastic markings on cod, I really do like them. Anyway, we'll get the poor little lad back. So we've just had 3 cracking bites. Missed all 3 of them, unfortunately. But it's looking good. go, so that's another cod in the bag. Measured exactly the same as the last one, 27. So, hoping it's not the same fish. I don't think so. Anyway, we'll get him back. Yeah, everyone, so that's number 3 for us. A little bit bigger this time. I'll get him measured and I'll get him back for you. Best one so far. Fantastic eyes again, and the gills there. Let's get him back. Just come away from that corner to where we said we'd originally fish, which is on this this patch with the sloping mud. Considering we're having fish on that corner, if we're not doing anything here, then we'll go back over there and see if we can get any more over there. But we haven't really fished this spot. Well, we haven't fished this little corner here anyway ever, so we'll give it a go. See what we can find. Thought we'd get this guy back in because I don't know if you can see, but that's not supposed to be in the water, so we'll get him out and it might save someone's life. And plus, we don't want our gear on it. Maybe you can see, but that was attached to it. A big piece of iron of some kind. If anybody knows what it is, by all means put it in the comments. But that was attached to that buoy, so I think it had been in the river quite a while. I think when I looked at things, possibly the recent winds have brought it in perhaps, but it's out now anyway. Well, catch you in a bit. Let's get some fish. Right guys, so that's another cod. I'll get him measured and then I'll get him back because I don't think he's going to be keeping size. It'll be about 30 I should imagine. Get him measured and I'll get him back.
Bye. Go back and get a bit bigger.
That's what we want. 29 this one. Quick look at him. Yeah, lovely. Big beady eyes. That's how you spot my worm, innit, pal? Let's get him back. So we just had a better one, 31 centimetres for cod. So that's on this slope that I was on about over there. So we're going to stay here considering we're getting fish. Anyway, we'll get him back. Again, as ever, go and get your grandfather. I'll catch you in a bit. Guys, we've actually got a keeper. Ooh, I nearly dropped him. Quite strong, this guy. He's just 35 centimetres. Now on a normal season he'd probably go back, but as he's in legal size, I'll be keeping him and I'll be making him a nice dinner out of this little guy. Like I say, do normally like him a bit bigger. Ooh, that's my finger. Do normally like him a bit bigger, but he's big enough to keep, so we're keeping him. Right, righto, I'll see if we can get some more. Catch you in a bit. So we've just had some cod over the other side there. Then we've come back onto the corner. It's because it was really pulling quite strong over the tide. The tide has started to ebb now, so we're probably not going to give it a hell of a lot longer now, but we've done quite well as far as our latest sessions go. Again, we've seen cod, so we've seen fish. We still hope to get a few more. So if we get any more, I'll catch catch you in a bit. Right everyone, that's us done. Another good session done with. We've had 6 tonight, I think, in all. Six cod. And 1 keeper. A whole keeper. The only keeper we've had this season. Well, no, the second keeper we've had this season. We had 1 keeper before Christmas, but obviously that was before I started the videos. But they're still around. They're still on... They're still on off the prom here at Otterspool, so we'll have to keep fishing it till they've disappeared, I think, and then we'll start with the place off New Brighton if we can. Right, anyway, we've got a drive ahead of us, so I'll leave you to it, and we'll catch you on the next one. You saying see you later? See you later. Hi everyone, if you made it this far, thanks for watching the video. I do hope you like it. Do like and subscribe if you want to, and hit the bell notification icon to be notified of our next videos. I'll just go through with you now on the screen and on the maps all the different places we went in the video. The first place we went that day was Blackpool, specifically on Squires Gate, and that's just there on the maps. As you can see, it's just outside of the River estuary and is a fantastic place for fishing. As you saw in the video, sadly at this mark we didn't catch any fish, but we have had fish from this mark in the summertime and it is fantastic fishing. We've had bass, flounder and plaice all off that mark, so it is a good place. We just haven't really fished it in winter. So as you can see, Squires Gate Lane is the road you're taking all the way down to here, and we fished there. So I've just zoomed in to give you a little bit more detail. So as you can see, this is Squires Gate Lane, and you follow that all the way down to here. This is the beach, and this is the promenade. We fished off there at the end, and we fished the beach in that way. I've just zoomed in a little bit further for you just to show you a bit more detail. So as you can see here, this is the slipway that we went down at the start of the video. And this is where we parked our car. Please be aware that at busy periods this can be a bit of a pain to park, and here isn't always free. We used to be in the boat club here, and we used to park our car on that car park. It is a fantastic club, so do inquire about their fees. It wasn't that expensive when we were in there, and it did work out better for parking. It isn't advised that you park there during the day or on busy periods. Both this club and this club both use this thoroughfare for the boats and the tractors, so just be aware of that. This beach and many other beaches that we fish has got a large tidal range, and what I mean by that is how far you're going to walk from here out to the low water mark. On this occasion it was quite a big tide, and we had to walk quite far out, so just be aware of that when you're setting up. I've just zoomed in for you onto the prom itself to give you a little bit more detail on the last spot that we fished on the video. So our last spot we fished on the video was here, and you can see there's some steps down there so you can retrieve fish quite easily when the tide is right up. You access this area by walking along here, on there, and then that way. The next spot we fished and where we had the fish was on Otters Pool Promenade here, just as you can see off the River Mersey. I have got other videos that will go into this area in a bit more detail, so do check them out. I'll just zoom in now and show you a bit more detail on the actual location that we fished that night. So the car park you saw on the second part of the video is this one here, and I walked down those steps to get to that there. The first location that we fished was that corner there, and then we moved over to this part here. I'll just zoom in there for you to give you a bit more detail. So this is the beach that I was trying to explain in the video. It was a bit dark on the video, so I do apologise. But as you can see, there's rough ground each side of this, and the idea was that they would come up this, the fish would come up this area to feed, and obviously they did. As you may see from my other videos and this one, this whole area here is quite a favourite for us at the moment, as we tend to be catching fish there. We do normally fish a bit further down as well at Otters Pool, but seeing as the cod season hasn't been so fantastic anyway, it's kind of a good bellwether to test this area anyway. As ever, I'll put all the postcodes in the description for you, so you'll be able to land exactly where I'm showing you on the maps. So that's about it for this video, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate everybody that watches the videos, everybody that comments and everybody that subscribes. I can't believe that I've got all the views that I have so far and all the subscribers. I really do appreciate it. Leave a comment or personal message me, it's no problem, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can on that. And until next time,